biking, which, of course, Attitash, I guess I can say is almost becoming becoming famous for.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good bike program going up there. We got a lot of trails between cross-country and downhill. We're kind of focusing on the downhill stuff today because it's a little more exciting in most people's eyes. And, we do a lot of events there with our own event series like Pin the Trail, which starts July 10th. And then we have an enduro race coming up, which is a new sort of race format, and that's July 13th. 14th on that date, and then we have a straight up downhill race in September, the 14th and 15th.
Well, that's pretty cool. So obviously the trails must be pretty good if you're able to be part of that series. You've got to be doing something right.
We're trying, yeah. So it's just good fun and gives you a chance to get up there and have a lot of fun going down the hill.
Well, that's great. And how many trails do you have up there?
About 27 downhill trails.
27 down. That's a lot of trails.
Yeah, and about 12 miles across country. We're adding more to the cross country now, though.
Wow. So that's a lot. And so we were just talking before, we were talking about this bicycle here, this bicyclette that is here. And it's quite, hopefully you can see it is quite the rig that you have here. Very different than your old Schwinn that we used to ride.
Right.
And so what are some of the features about this that make it a downhill bike?
Well, this is a Da Vinci Wilson XP, and some of the things that change it up from, your normal trail bike would be the head angle is much slacker. It's about 64 degrees. Some of the other ones are up in 69, 70. So it steers a little bit slower on the flats, but when you put it on steeper terrain, it's much more stable. You have a large fork up here, double clamp fork. That gives you 8 inches of travel. Your brakes are hydraulic discs, and those are 8-inch rotors, so the bigger the rotor, the better the stopping power.
Yep.
You have 8.5 inches of travel down in the rear here at that shock, and it goes from a multi-ring setup in the front to a single ring with just 9 speeds in the back, because you don't need as many speeds for climbing or anything like that, because you don't do it.
Because you're going down.
Right.
And the thing is, you could just tell that this puppy is durable. I mean, this is probably built better than some of the cars out there.
Well, it's got large bearings in there so that the pivots glide smooth and continue to work really well, and that's a big part of it as well.
Now, obviously, one of the things that when you're going to do downhill, you want to have some safety. Here's some footage right there. There we go. Perfect example of why you want to have some safety. And you have all the safety gear there at Attitash.
Yeah, we have most of what you'd need there. We have like a full face helmet here. Is something that we'd rent for people. It protects your full face. We offer elbow guards. They just slide up over your elbows and forearms. Protect you if you happen to go down like that guy did in the video earlier.
Yeah.
Knee and shin guards in case you slip a pedal or fall off your bike. You might have seen the big spikes on these pedals. When that spins around, hits you in the shin. It's no fun.
Yeah, I bet that would kind of hurt a little, yeah.
Give you these right here to put on your legs. And then we also offer a neck brace from Liette Brace. So what that does is it limits the motion of your neck if you were to go over the bars or something. The helmet makes contact with these various parts around your neck, and it protects you from hyperextending, flexing, or compressing your spine.
So it's probably an important thing to do.
It's not a bad idea to pick one of those
But
up.
the good thing about this, too, is that if you don't own this
We can
stuff,
rent it to you.
You can rent it. And I think that's probably an important factor. So how many days a week do you do mountain biking?
7 days a week.
7 days a week,
Yeah.
starting at what time?
Starting at 10 in the morning, going till 6.
Now, if I don't have my own bike, which I don't, I could rent one.
Certainly, yeah. We have a few different rental options. We have hardtails for the cross-country stuff. Those are 20 for 3 hours or 40 for the day. We also offer junior bikes, 10 for 3 hours or 20 for the day. And then we have a less expensive downhill bike that we call just a free ride bike. That's 65 for the day or 35 for 3 hours. And then when you get up into the full-on downhill bikes like this one here, it goes 60 for 3 hours, 95 for the day.
Yeah.
But when you do rent the demo bike, it comes with all the protective equipment that we offer.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good thing. And now, does it, obviously today, we've had some rain last night. We're going to have some more rain today. Is this an event you can do in the rain?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a little greasier. It's going to be a little slicker. You have to make some more solid tactical decisions, but you can still ride in the wet. It's actually pretty fun. If you got the skills.
I knew that was going to be the answer, that it's pretty fun. That's what you definitely want. You probably want to have the goggles there, too.
Yeah.
You're going to be covered in mud. Now, you do it yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. Pretty much every day, try to get out there.
Now, do you try to pick a different trail every day?
Well, we've got so many different trails, and the lift moves so quickly, you can ride just a ton of different trails in a short period of time. So I try and get all over the park throughout the week just to see what's going on with the trails, if we have to do any maintenance or make any adjustments. to any of the trails out there.
And you said something interesting earlier. You were saying that a lot of the trails, I was thinking Attitash, it's ski area, you're just going to go right down the ski trails. You don't do that. You go kind of a little bit more through the woods.
Yeah, if you look more between the woods between the ski trails, that's where you'd find us riding. We find that when you're out on the ski trails, it's wide open, you feel a little more comfortable, you go really fast, and then stuff creeps up on you, like a water bar that you didn't see, or
Chipmunk.
yeah, a chipmunk, squirrel, or some loose gravel that when you're going at a high rate of speed, you might not have the same level of control. So with the trees and everything else around, people tend to slow down a little bit and take their time.
That's great. And but you can bring your own bike if you happen to have one.
Sure.
Now, you also mentioned the cross-country trails. Now, is that something if somebody has a more standard mountain bike, can they go on those cross-country trails?
Yep, they're across the street, right out back in Attitash Mountain Village, right behind their tennis courts. We share that area with them.
Horses? You got the horses anymore?
The horses are off to the other side, so we ask that people stay away from the horses because they can get spooked by the bikes.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So that's great. So a lot of good opportunities for you to do up there at Attitash.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. And do you have is there a phone number that if somebody has any questions, they can obviously go to the website, attitash.com.
Or 603-374-2680.
And they'll probably talk to you personally. You'll answer the phone.
Me or
and say,
one of the other
what's
guys.
up?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. Well, Nate, thanks so much for coming down today.
Sure. There's one more thing, though. If you want to try biking and you want to save yourself a little bit of money, on June 28th, we're offering a $15 day for the value pass to get in for all the attractions. So
well, that's cool.
You can save a little bit of money on your lift pass and then have more to spend on your rental bike.
And that's on, would that be Friday?
Yeah, June 28th.
That would be Friday.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much.